Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming, and this is The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode number 1, confirmed spoilers. So I know you guys have been waiting on this some time. Some information is starting to pour in. I do have to warn you, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, and you don't want to know what's going to happen in the episode, don't watch it. So I'm giving you advance notice. All the people logging on this video, and they say you have spoilers in the title. This is what this is all about, and I see a lot of people are pretty anxious. This is going to be split up over this week and probably next week as well. This is going to give you an overview, some of the things we've talked about, but it is going to give some confirmation. Now, here's the only caveat that I want to say to all of you, and I appreciate you being here. When the Fear the Walking Dead spoilers came out, it was a two-part episode. So this is going to be an extended episode, so I think I know what I have is confirmed, but there could be something that happens in the last 30 minutes or so that I don't have confirmation of that yet. So let me just kind of put that out there, but we are going to talk about some major events and some high points. So appreciate all of you guys being here. I see my moderators, all of those things. A lot of people are here, and I just want to just send a special shout. I appreciate all of you guys that are part of the 999 Army. You guys are just wonderful. Some people are going to watch this live. Some people watch the playback. So your participation, greatly appreciate it. If you're new to the 999 Army, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join, because we will be doing episode by episode spoilers. We'll also do reactions and just all of those things that are Walking Dead things. So if you guys are pumped up, you guys are excited, then give me a quick 999 and just show me a little love. Tommy, the Enforcer, needs to get some people on that like button. Like half the people hit the like button. I got juicy spoilers for you guys, and I can't even get the like button hit. Come on, people. What are you guys waiting on? So here we go. The spoiler was in the title of it was. So there are some in the titles, and look, I'm guilty because I've done that as well. But I see some people. All right, here we go. James is like, spill the beans. All right, let me get you started with some of these. These are the top sources. These are people that know their stuff. So here we go. The first thing that people want to know about is really there's the comparison between Carl and Rick. So the question that people want to know is, why is Carl in the gas station in the first place? So we are going to see Carl at that gas station. So here's the overview of what happens with that and why he's there. So they are planning an attack on the Saviors. That is the confirmation. The gas station is going to serve as a rendezvous spot for Carl and Rick. They're going to meet there. There is confirmation. We don't have his name. It's been said Sadiq, but you heard a little bit of the video. There is a Muslim man there lurking in the shadows, and when he sees Carl, he basically starts begging Carl. So that is Sadiq, but he's going to go by a different name, we think. Could be Sadiq. Rick shows up just in time when Carl's there and fires off some shots to scare him away. Carl is upset by the fact that Rick had to intervene and Rick stepped in, so it's going to cause a little bit of a rift between Rick and Carl. Carl actually shows up later and brings the guy some food. So it could be the start of a very interesting relationship. So Carl's there. We get a little bit of flashback, or the comparison, the mirror image. He does hear Sadiq, and then Rick shows up, scares the guy away. Carl, who is kind of coming into his own at this point, is goes back and actually feeds him, and we'll see what kind of partnership happens in the future. So that's interesting part number one. So let's move on to a little bit. One of the questions that came up is going to be, hey, also I missed a few people. I'm going to give you guys some shout-outs a little bit later on. So just a special thank you to all my moderators. I see just tons and tons of people are starting to get back into the Walking Dead groove. And just some of my sources. I appreciate everybody that's a part of this. So let's move on and talk a little bit about just a touch on Alexandria. Not a whole lot. There's very few things that happen in Alexandria in the beginning. As I said, this is probably going to be an extended episode, so if I get the second 30 minutes or the last part of that, if something changes, I will let you know. Very few shots of Alexandria. They are leaving for the big attack on the sanctuary. Michonne and Carl are among those who stay behind to defend the community just in case. Rosita also stays behind and is not happy about it. So we do know later on that Rosita and Michonne go off and do their own thing. I don't have the spoilers for that. I'm speculating that Rosita and Michonne are just tired of staying in Alexandria and there's nothing going on because the group's going out to attack the sanctuary. And then we saw a little bit from the trailer, Rosita and Michonne, so I think they're attacking Jadis. So not confirmed on that part, but they are back at Alexandria, so it does make perfect sense that they'll move into that. So a lot of explosions. So the question has come, what's going on with all the fire, all the explosions? You did see a lot of the walkers, so there's a gigantic herd that's making its way along the highway, and the explosions are used to cause the herd to change directions to start going toward the sanctuary. This is all part of the elaborate plan. We talked about this, and this is mirroring a little bit of the comics as well. I have not read that far into the comics, so I don't know that part, but I have heard that from the comic books, or from a little bit of extended research I've done with the comics. So the elaborate plan is to herd up all of these walkers and take them toward the sanctuary and just have them overrun the sanctuary. So that is, we talked about that some time ago. That was one of the predictions I think that a couple people in this chat mentioned. About 3 months ago we talked about that. So that is confirmed that the walkers are being herded up. The explosions are to lure them and get them all on a certain path. So let's get to really the big part. So we know we got Rosita and Michonne back, and it's really going to be about this attack on the sanctuary. Rick and crew, they're not waiting around anymore. They are taking the war directly to Negan. So hold on, people are asking about Old Man Rick. We'll get to that in 1 minute. So the question is going to be who all takes part in the sanctuary attack and what happens with this. So with the sanctuary attack, this is this orchestrated attack, and they've got the walkers going in the background. So the one thing to keep in mind, we predicted this as well, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. This is confirmed. All the saviors at each of the lookouts are taken out. So that is kind of mission number one. Before they're going to jump into the sanctuary, they're taking these little sites and the people that are on guard there. So those people are taken out. Then there's a motorcade of cars, each equipped with a sheet metal. We saw that in the spoilers and also some of the pics that came out that make their way to Sanctuary. They take out the guards in the courtyard, break through the fence, and then we have the fight ensuing. The RV is rigged with explosives, and they go off. It serves as the final explosion to lead the horde into the Sanctuary. So what they're doing is taking these armed cars and going to the Sanctuary, running over the wire. Eugene had set up all these walkers to sort of dipped in metal to sort of defend against people. They're going to take out the walls and have this big explosion. They have these small explosions along the way to lead them, and then the big RV explosion to get them to overrun the sanctuary. So, good stuff. What are Daryl, Carretera, and Morgan doing together? That was one of the questions that came up. People want to know, they have their own little group and they're out there. So basically, these walkers we talked about, they're the horde team. They're the people that are just sort of trying to gather them up, and they spend a great deal of their time with the horde predicting where and when and time of attack. So that way they can figure out where to put the explosives. So a lot of what's going on is you see them kind of waiting. We saw the picture of Carol and Tara up there. There's an explosion that goes off, and the walkers have to go a certain direction. And this serves a couple purposes, because what happened is people wanted more walker action, and this elaborate plan is really what it's all about. Why Negan's preparing for war, and Negan has more people. Rick is saying, well, look, we got all these dead people. We just got to get them going in the right direction. So this is part of the plan. And Daryl also takes out most of the saviors at the lookout post. So Daryl is being badass Daryl. And most of the others are part of the caravan that goes directly to the sanctuary. One more thing here. Rick does take one out, allows him to be eaten after the Savior taunts Rick and says that Negan is going to kill Carl for this. So you get to see a little bit of ruthless Rick as well. So normally they just take him out, but one of the Saviors kind of taunts Rick a little bit, and he's like, no, screw that. Let him go ahead and get devoured. Dying is too good for him. We want him to be eaten. So, all right, moving on. One of the conversations that came up with last year was, what's the deal with Rick? You got sad face, snot bubble Rick, for a long time, and that was tough to watch. It was tough to watch Rick actually being broken down to that degree. And then you get him like you know, we're the ones who live, and we make all these decisions. So people want to know, what is his demeanor going to be like? So Rick is back to confident Rick on the outside. So he's extremely confident, at least in front of everybody, especially Negan. But behind the scenes, before the attack, you can see that Rick is still afraid because he knows there's going to be a loss of life. This is kind of the barometer of things. You know, Rick leading the group. We complain, I think, either way. Like, Rick was too cocky. You know, he killed a lot of people and he deserved it. Maybe he deserved something. Maybe he didn't deserve everything. Or Rick is too weak. And now we really get to see both sides of Rick because we're seeing he's got to show that front. He's got to show everybody he's strong. I mean, remember the scene in the church where he says, I'm not in charge anymore. Negan's in charge. And that was really killing the morale. Well, now he's doing all those things on the surface to really build the group back up because he's got to send them into battle. You can't send people into battle when you know that you're going to lose some of your people. And let me just be really clear, and we'll talk about deaths in a minute. Both sides are going to have casualties. When they have casualties, that's going to be a topic of debate. So let's talk about the snake, right? People want to know about the snake, Gregory. So what is Gregory doing at the sanctuary? So Gregory is there, and he's been there since he left Hilltop. So it is confirmed when he left Hilltop, went straight to the sanctuary. He does make a speech and tells and says the Hilltop is loyal to Negan. And if anyone, so he's basically trying to win over Negan and a few of the saviors. So you get a little bit of Gregory saying, look, the Hilltop will support you. There's no problem. And you know what? If anyone from the Hilltop continues to fight the saviors, their families will be kicked out. So there is, when no one responds and they stay, Simon gets pissed off and pushes him down the stairs. So this was something that we had a spoiler. I'm just trying to read through and compare the notes because that was something that I just had a flashback when we talked about it. We heard that Gregory was pushed down the stairs. We didn't know if it was Negan or if it was what had happened, or if it was Rick maybe coming in after Negan and then Gregory kind of got in between. So it is, the Hilltop is going to support Maggie, and then Simon takes that out on Gregory. So we will see Gregory get tossed down the stairs. So the question is, we know that Negan walks in and asks Father Gabriel if he has his shitting pants on. So, and I'm quoting from there, so you guys know. So Father Gabriel is trapped with Negan in the room, and people want to know what exactly happens in that. So Father Gabriel is ditched by Gregory, who took his car while Father G was helping him out, and the sanctuary is overrun with walkers. So Gabriel goes into the only room he can find, and that is that trailer room that he saw. And unfortunately for him, Negan found the same room, and then we get that epic scene or that speech. So Father G is helping Gregory. Gregory's like, forget you. He jumps in the car, leaves him. And then at the same time, Rick and group have that horde breaking through of walkers. So Father G gets trapped in that environment he runs in. Well, Negan also gets trapped, and Negan goes in there as well. So let's talk about that scene. Yep, Red Ned wants to know, does Father G die? So really quickly, how many people are going to vote yes for Father G's epic death by Lucille and Negan? How many people know for a fact or feel for a fact that Negan is going to give Father G the beatdown when they're trapped in that room together? And I will give you the confirmation here in a second once I... R. Grimes says yes. Michaela says no. We got a few no's in here. You guys don't feel he's going to die, or you're hoping that he doesn't die? Carol says yes. Okay, I'll confirm it. Because some people, no, Father G does not die in the scene. So then the question is going to come up, Does anyone die in the first episode? So we've made bold predictions, and the predictions have been Eric's going to die, Shiva's going to die, who is going to die? And the answer to the question is no one. No one is going to die except some of the saviors in the lookout post. That is the confirmation. Now, let me say this, that these extended episodes, I'm giving you the first 60 minutes. So if it's 90-minute episode, I think the first one's going to be 90 minutes, and it's an extended episode, then there could be some things that happen after that. But in the first 60 minutes, no death. All right? We're good. So I'm going to say, as we said before, in 802, I think we're losing Shiva, and I think we're losing Eric. So I don't think the death is going to happen in the season premiere, but prepare for the second episode. That's where you're going to see the death. Okay? All right, and we've heard rumors that there's the Polaroid guy and taking pictures. So people want to know, does Rick take a picture of the sanctuary, and why does he do all that? So, yes, Rick does take a Polaroid picture of Negan hunkering down and hiding during the attack before he has to leave because the herd is coming. So this could play out in some future episodes. You know, Negan carries himself as a real tough guy, and remember when Negan was ducking and Shiva was running around at the end of the last season, they probably wish they would have had a picture of that. I think that this could be used as a recruiting tool a little bit later on. If Negan shows his weak side, and Rick's got these pictures because, hey, you know, they take pictures of people getting Lucille'd and people getting beat down, and they post these things all over the place. So Rick is taking a picture of a cowarding, bending down, being attacked Negan. Maybe his plan was to take a picture of Negan being eaten by walkers, but that does not happen because with all the stuff that happens and the horde is overrunning it, Rick has to leave as well too because they're getting overran. So a couple more things that I'm going to give to you guys. This is going to be a we'll get into some speculation later, but I want to keep this relatively short because I know I got a lot of people, and these are confirmed spoilers. I want to get them out to everybody. So people want to know about Old Man Rick, right? Where does that happen? It's going to be this episode, the end of it. So Old Man Rick visions will run in different spurts throughout the episode. The final one towards the end of the episode features Judith, around 10 years old, talking about an upcoming festival. So Old Man Rick will be different scenes. They'll cut to it, kind of like you know, remember the season premiere last year where they had the scene in the back of the van and then they went to something else. So you're going to see real time, and then it's going to cut to Old Man Rick, and it'll play a little bit of what's going on around him, and then you'll see a little bit of scene. It'll play to Old Man Rick. The last one is going to be a 10-year-old Judith. So is Rick going to live through all of this? Is he going to get to see Judith grow up? That's going to be kind of just the speculation that's going to happen. Well, see, we don't know. I mean, Lindsay's saying, so Judith doesn't die. It's his vision, so I can't give you that just yet. But you will see a grown-up Judith. And then the last thing that I'm going to give to you guys today, the attack on the sanctuary. Lindsay Luke is not going to like it. So two people coordinate the attack on the sanctuary. Who wants to take a guess on who the two new best friends are in The Walking Dead? I'll give you a second, and then I will give you the spoiler of the two people that set up this big attack. Because it has to be somebody from Rick's team and somebody from Team Negan. There you go, Vonda. Vonda wastes no time with it. Oh, she said two. There it is. Lindsay Luke. Steph Richardson is on the money. It is confirmed. It is Daryl and Dwight. So they have spoken in code. They send messages back and forth. Daryl knows he can trust Dwight 100%. And if Daryl can trust Dwight, everybody can trust Dwight, because Daryl is a tough person to get over on. So Daryl and Dwight are going to be the new dynamic duo. I'm liking it already, man. You've got that is a bad group. So awesome stuff. I want to thank all of you guys for being here. I know this is it's been a long time coming. I'm going to keep the video at a reasonable time. I know there's going to be tons of other questions. I just want to let all of you sort of process everything that is that's going on. Watch a little bit of the playback. If you guys could do me a favor, when the video goes live, get over and just leave some comments in there. So a lot of people are not going to watch this right away. They're going to watch it in a week. They're going to watch it after the season premiere. But just let them know that, you know, what you like about this channel, 999. Quickly, as a public service announcement, while I got everybody's attention, these crowds are a little bit more what we're used to. When we do this on Sunday night, we have hundreds and hundreds of people. Then we do reaction videos. So I just want to kind of let you guys know that we have multiple channels out there. We got 999 Sports. We got 999 Comics. We do comic book reads. But we do Sunday video game play. Sunday night will be our Sunday spoiler. Every Sunday night before The Walking Dead, you can tune in. You'll get what's going to happen. Monday night will be our reaction video. So we'll have a day to sort of process it and talk about what we do. And also on Wednesday, we will do Wednesday Walkers. If you guys want to get off The Walking Dead a little bit, join us on Tuesday nights, because we do random things. We do karaoke. We do a little bit of crazy stuff. We also do top 9 list. That is the 999 Gaming channel. And everybody's in this chat right now. You guys make this channel. You are the 999 Army. So thank you. I appreciate everything that you guys do. I'm going to give a few quick shout-outs. So those that are just here to hang out and watch spoilers, you guys can take off. Those that have been here for a long time and you want to be included in this video, type a quick 9999. I can't say it fast anymore. Type a quick 999, and I'm just going to give you a quick shout-out as fast as I can, just to show all the love and all the support that you guys have given me, and I just want to give a little bit of it back. So I want to say thank you to Kelsa Smile, also Lauren, the crazy cat lady, good to see you again, Tommy, the sweet-ass enforcer mechanalist, It's Chams, Jeremy Schaefer, thanks for being here, Spaz 0023, R Grimes 12, thanks for being here, Vonda Martin, Storm 3851, Carmen Trance, Steph Richardson, Sin Miller, Vladimir Taylor, Lindsay Luke, Shanny, aka Little Michonne, Laura Brown, Red Ned in the house, Ann Hodge, always a pleasure, Emmy Desiree Bacon, Chip Smith, and the screen is going crazy, Carol McFry, Alexander Santos, Joshua, my boy Fett, thanks Joshua. Good to see you again. Easy Man in the house. Diane Estes, Jeff Kerrigan, Zane Thomas, Jill McGuire, Alexander Wolf, Walani, Gene Atkins, Ellie Valentine. Thank you for being here, Ellie. Appreciate it. Pleasure as always. Much love going back to you as well. James Gallegos. Sounds like Marty in the house. Angus Johnson, Orlando 5509. And the list goes on and on and on. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate everything that you guys do. If I missed you in a shout-out, then just leave it in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one. I will talk to you all soon. Everybody have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.